Yo, what is good? I'm not Diggy Dog. And again, today, once again, I'm here with some more negative news. Cause you know what they say? They want to say, keep my games out of politics, keep my politics out of games. Nah. Your politics is directly influencing the games. Now, as I already said about the Trump tariffs that are going to destroy all of America, we're going to talk about the type of stuff that hits us where it hurts. The gamers. Because until Trump hit those tariffs last week, a lot of people did not know what a tariff was anyway. A lot of people were probably just like oblivious to the fact, and they were just like so happy that they could play Mario Kart World Tour. But then Trump got the tariffs, and then they did a little bit of Googling, and they realized that he's going to put all the costs, he's going to put everything to the consumers, right? Because now we got to pay for everything at a much more expensive rate because of the tariffs. Because like the overseas people, Japan, Nintendo, they don't got to worry about that. It's on us now, the consumers. We're the ones suffering, and that really awakened a lot of people's rage, and I'm glad it did. I'm glad it woke some of y'all up. I was already angry back in November when that big orange piece of trash won the championship anyway. But I'm glad people are finally waking up because their favorite Nintendo console might cost, estimated by the way, this is not 100% guaranteed, this is an estimated analyst from the industry analyst now predicting the massive post-tariff price hike of the Nintendo Switch 2 as $540 for the console and $600 for the Mario Kart bundle. So like, let's check. I'm gonna take a look at some things real quick. We're gonna Google the price of a PlayStation 5, and I'm not comparing the capabilities of how a PlayStation 5 can play a game versus how a Nintendo can play a game. You're going to buy the consoles for different reasons, obviously, but I do want to make comparisons at the prices. Now, I do think on further retrospect that Nintendo's price for their console isn't that bad. It's just weird for a Nintendo console, right? For the industry standard price of where we're at right now, $450 is about the same amount that you can get right now, currently, for a PlayStation 5. And you can get it much cheaper depending on the store you're going for. And this is the disc edition, and this is an Astrobot bundle. So for that bundle and the game, you get $449 plus taxes. You might add that up to like $470, $460, whatever. But you can get a PS5 for about $50 cheaper and have, if you really want to play third-party games, you could just do it on a PS5. You're just going to miss the Mario and all that. But as we stand right now, I still hold on to my opinion, especially post-tariffs. Whenever the official price drops, because as I'm speaking right now, I want to make sure everybody knows it's not 100% guaranteed. We're going to read the article in a minute too. But as we stand right now, I still think this console is not worth it. Did I say $40 cheaper? Excuse me, $100 cheaper. Because if this is the case, hold up. My brain's about to get mad about these damn tariffs. Hold up. Actually, scratch half of this video. This is not even a Nintendo problem anymore. Nintendo, I apologize. Your games though, $80, way too expensive. Please drop that to $60. But no, this is an industry-wide thing because I just put two and two together. If Nintendo is getting affected and they're from Japan, then that means Sony is getting affected. And if Microsoft is not making their fucking Xboxes in America, because lo and behold, we're not making shit in America. Nobody's coming to America to go buy our shit. We're not making anything. I don't understand what the president was thinking about. We're gonna make more jobs. bull fucking shit. Regardless of my opinions on that. But yeah, every single little thing in the gaming industry is going to be affected. So this is not a Nintendo strictly problem. I still think it's ridiculous that they started at $450 anyway, because I don't know. I don't think a Switch should cost $450, but that's just me. But regardless of how they priced it, I still think it's a fair price. I still think most people could afford it eventually. Not now, but maybe in a couple years. But now, as we stand right now, Sony, Nintendo, Microsoft, all of them are probably going to increase their fucking the prices so they can like fucking make up a loss or whatever, so they don't fucking sell their console for a loss. Now, would it be better for them to think about their consumers and, you know, maybe actually think about us Americans who didn't want to go vote for Donald Trump, which was a lot of us, but apparently to the internet, we're monoliths. We all voted for Trump, apparently, and we're all like, yeah, I mean, we did. We did. But no, like, you can't even go to like a country like Japan, because I've been hearing stories about like you can't go to Japan to even try to get like a fucking console over there. It's going to be region locked. So like, you can't even go internationally to get a cheaper console. If you're trying to buy video games or a freaking video game console in 2025, you're screwed. It just occurred to me. It's not a Nintendo problem. I think we're all angry at Nintendo because that's just the main target we have, and we may have some disagreements about the pricing of like the console. But even as it stands right now, if a PS5 costs about $100 less than it, you should get a PS5 quick as possible. You should get a Steam Deck quick as possible. Because it's not going to look good. But let's get into the article. The DFC has issued a news report post-Trump tariffs in pre-order delay. Post-Trump tariffs in the pre-order delay, lowering its sales forecast of the Switch 2 from 17 million it had initially predicted to close to 15 million for 2025, according to the DFC. Which is I skipped a couple bit of the article. I just got to the point that I wanted to get to and read some of it. But yeah, that's like 2 million people that dropped off, supposedly, off of the sales list in this initial, estimated report. And that would also suggest we could very well see something to the effect of a 20% price increase on the Switch 2 over the next 2 years if Trump tariffs remain in place. That would put the base model of the Switch 2 at something like 530 or 540 USD, and the Mario Kart bundle at $600 US. Which is like, yeah. At this point, gamers, maybe, because like I know the tariffs is out of everybody's control because of one dumbass who didn't freaking finish school. But like, it's time for you to really start thinking, like, maybe like don't buy an iPhone every 2 years anymore. Because think about it. If an iPhone right now is already like $1,000, imagine what's going to cost in the next couple of months. Yeah, maybe it's time for us to start playing with our wallets a bit better instead of wasting money to consume new products, and instead of letting these capitalist enterprise capitalize off your hard work and like take your money just because you rightfully have the right to enjoy your little treats. But you have to realize that maybe for the greater good of everybody, it's time for you to go vote with your wallet and actually don't purchase the console, and maybe let Nintendo see a huge drop or Sony see a huge drop in sales in the United States, and maybe they can possibly lower the price and sell it at a loss for the sake of the people. Because think about it. You think Nintendo and Sony need all that money? They don't need all that money. They don't need every single nickel and dime off of our backs. I'm just telling, that's just my opinion. I think we should be a bit more smarter with our purchasing power and stop letting people make us consume shit. I need to stop doing that too. I buy worthless stuff. I'm like, yeah, this is worthless, but they kind of got me in a trap. You know what I mean? It's like a loop, and you need to get out of that loop, myself included. And let me read you the rest of the article. But hold on a second there. There's a 20% price hike over the next 2 years. Oh, well, first let me read this little quote right here. Clearly, it's next to impossible to precisely predict the outcomes of the global production and the actual sticker price on shelves here in the United States due to the tariff situation. So, like I said, most of these are estimated prices. These are not guaranteed, but these are estimated. And just understand, possibly this could be your future. Not saying for sure skis, like this is for sure going to happen, but it's a likely outcome that will happen. Just want to make sure you understand that so you don't misinterpret my words and spread misinformation off of speculation. Bars. But this does not sound like the good news for gamers. DFC maintains that its predictions are still in flux and will be updated accordingly as time goes on here. Here's what it had to say about the matter. And these are the guys who ran ran their prediction. The lower forecasts are directly related to the supply and pricing. With tariffs and uncertain pricing, Nintendo may choose to scale back its manufacturing. If prices increase substantially due to tariffs, a significant portion of prospective buyers are likely to hold back on purchases until prices come down. This situation is changing and will be closely monitored as DFC regularly updates its forecast throughout the year. Hold on a second there. There's a 20% price hike over the next 2 years. So again, I ask, what does this have to do with the price Nintendo already announced in halting pre-orders in their tracks if the console is still set to release on June 5th, 2025? It's a good question. That is a good question. Does the console, as of now, is still set to release in the United States of America on the June the 5th of 2025, but we do not have pre-orders because we are patiently waiting for the tariff. Oh, shit. Oh, cracking. Anyway, hope nobody heard that crack in the barrel. But yeah, we will just have to see because Nintendo, I don't know, I haven't heard from Nintendo about the official price change of the Switch yet. I did believe I heard, well, let me just check real quick before I just start saying I did believe I heard. Also, to be fair, that's how a lot of y'all be right now. I hate to make fun of people on this channel, but a subsection of this video, a lot of y'all are just defending this multi-billionaire company. I want y'all to realize that you don't have to defend multi-billionaire companies because they gave you cool games, you know. You don't have to defend that. Because if you do, well, I guess you just really love capitalism, don't you? You're kind of like a capitalist pig at that point, but sorry, you just like to eat slop. Like you literally, like if Nintendo took a shit, but they put Mario on it, some of y'all motherfuckers would be like that. I'm just saying. Like think about your integrity as a gamer or as a person who has spending power. But yeah, we're essentially just waiting for Nintendo at this point. Also, our neighbors up north, Canada, I'm sorry that you're also dealing with our problems. I truthfully am 100% sorry to all Canadians. I don't think y'all deserve the freaking smite of Nintendo's hammer because of America. They might also get a price increase, allegedly, from what I heard. But we're still waiting on prices for Nintendo as of from Walmart Canada as of right now. The launch date is still June 5th, 2025. But essentially, the whole situation with Nintendo in like North America is kind of bum right now. And it's bum for 3 reasons. Number 1, Donald Trump's tariffs, because he is actively destroying our stock market. Number 2, the Nintendo's cockiness. They're a little too cocky with their prices. I will not lie. Even regardless of the tariffs, internationally, they're still getting cocky. This is not a USA problem, but it's mostly a USA problem for me. And number 3, you stopped buying stuff. Seriously. Force them to change the price. Like this 3DS right here. If you force them to change the price, you might be able to afford it. What? That is a hypothetical, and we all know that's a joke. They don't bring down the prices. Have fun in hell. I'm not Diggy, and the point of this video is Trump is destroying America and our video games.